in the scorching desert of northern Egypt, where the Mediterranean winds carry whispers of ancient glory. Archaeologist Dr. Sarah Mitchell stands before what may be the greatest discovery in human history. After 2 millennia of searching, the tomb of Alexander the Great, the man who conquered the known world before his 23rd birthday, may finally have been found. The year is 2024, and Dr. Mitchell's team has spent 3 grueling months excavating a site 20 kilometers west of Alexandria, the city Alexander founded and named after himself. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed a massive underground complex. Its architecture unlike anything previously discovered in Egypt. The electromagnetic signatures suggest a burial chamber of unprecedented scale. The construction techniques, the layout, the sheer magnitude, everything points to someone of extraordinary importance. Someone who commanded the resources of an empire. To understand the significance of this potential discovery, we must journey back over 2,000 years to 323 BCE, when the greatest military mind in human history drew his final breath in Babylon at the age of 32. Alexander III of Macedon had conquered an empire stretching from Greece to India, covering over 2 million square miles. His death marked the end of an era. But the mystery of his final resting place would captivate humanity for centuries to come. Ancient sources tell us that Alexander's body was initially prepared for burial in Babylon, but his general Ptolemy intercepted the funeral cortege and brought the golden sarcophagus to Egypt. There, in the city of Alexandria, Alexander was entombed in a magnificent mausoleum that became a pilgrimage site for emperors and kings. Julius Caesar visited the tomb. So did Augustus, Mark Antony, and Cleopatra. The Roman Emperor Caligula reportedly stole Alexander's breastplate from the tomb to wear it himself. But somewhere between the 3rd and 7th centuries CE, all traces of the tomb vanished from historical records. The disappearance of Alexander's tomb is one of history's greatest mysteries. We know it existed. We have dozens of ancient sources describing visits to it, but then suddenly silence. It's as if the earth simply swallowed one of the most important monuments of the ancient world. Now, back in the Egyptian desert, Dr. Mitchell's team prepares to descend into the underground complex they've uncovered. The entrance, sealed by massive stone blocks. There's inscriptions in ancient Greek, a promising sign in a region where Egyptian hieroglyphs would be more common. The inscription above the entrance translates to, "Here lies the son of Zeus, beloved of the gods, Alexander the Conqueror." The craftsmanship is extraordinary. This isn't the work of local artisans. This is imperial-level stonework, the kind reserved for the most important figures of the ancient world. As the team carefully removes the entrance blocks, they reveal a stairway descending into darkness. The stairs are made of polished granite, each step precisely cut and fitted. Along the walls, faded but still visible, are paintings depicting scenes from Alexander's legendary campaigns. Here is the Battle of Gaugamela, where Alexander defeated the Persian king Darius III. There is the crossing of the Hellespont, marking Alexander's entry into Asia. The artwork is in the distinctive Hellenistic style, characterized by dynamic movement and emotional expression. These paintings are remarkable. The technique, the pigments, the subject matter, everything is consistent with art produced during Alexander's lifetime or shortly after his death. We're seeing scenes that were painted by artists who may have actually witnessed these battles. The stairway leads to a vast antechamber, its ceiling supported by columns carved in the shape of palm trees, a fusion of Greek and Egyptian architectural elements. The floor is a mosaic depicting the known world of Alexander's time, with Macedonia at the center and conquered territories spreading outward in concentric circles. But it's the discovery beyond the antechamber that truly takes their breath away. A second sealed doorway, this one bearing the royal seal of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the personal insignia of Alexander himself, the sunburst of Vergina, symbol of the Macedonian royal house. This seal has been intact for over 2,000 years. The team stands as the first people to approach this door since it was sealed in antiquity. The weight of that responsibility is overwhelming. Using precision tools and extreme care, the team breaks the ancient seals. The door opens to reveal a burial chamber that defies imagination. The room is vast, easily the size of a modern cathedral. The walls are covered in gold leaf that still gleams in the artificial light. At the center of the chamber stands a sarcophagus carved from a single block of black granite, its surface polished to mirror perfection. But this is no ordinary sarcophagus. The lid depicts a larger-than-life figure in full armor, the face idealized but unmistakably familiar from countless coins and sculptures. It is Alexander, but not as the young conqueror typically portrayed. This is Alexander the God King, his features bearing the divine attributes that he claimed in his later years. The craftsmanship is beyond anything previously discovered. The detail in the armor, the expression on the face, it's as if the artist was working from life. And the materials reveal a level of luxury reserved for pharaohs and emperors. Surrounding the sarcophagus are treasures that speak to the vast wealth of Alexander's empire. Golden weapons bear Persian inscriptions alongside Greek text. Jewelry displays the artistic influences of India, Babylon, and Egypt. Scrolls wrapped in silk tell of conquests in languages from across the known world. One scroll, remarkably preserved, appears to be Alexander's own account of his campaigns, written in his distinctive hand and authenticated by royal scribes. Another contains what may be his last will and testament, detailing his wishes for the succession of his empire. If these documents are authentic, and all initial analysis suggests they are, we re-looking at primary sources that could revolutionize our understanding of Alexander's motivations, his plans for governing his empire, and his vision for the future of the Hellenistic world. But it's the sarcophagus itself that holds the ultimate answers. As Dr. Mitchell's team prepares to open it, they do so with the knowledge that they are about to look upon the face of one of history's most influential figures, the man who spread Greek culture across 3 continents, the student of Aristotle who became the model for every conqueror who followed. The granite lid, weighing several tons, is lifted using specialized equipment. Inside, wrapped in layers of silk and linen that have somehow survived the millennia, lies a figure that matches every description of Alexander from ancient sources. The body, remarkably preserved by the dry desert climate and ancient embalming techniques, shows the battle scars documented by historians, the wound from the Battle of the Granicus, the injury sustained in India. Most remarkably, the mummy's head bears the distinctive features known from contemporary portraits: the slightly upturned eyes, the leonine hair, the strong jaw that conveyed both youth and authority. Around the neck hangs a golden diadem, the symbol of Hellenistic kingship, inscribed with Alexander's name in Greek, Persian, and Egyptian hieroglyphs. But perhaps the most significant discovery lies beneath the body itself. Hidden in a secret compartment within the sarcophagus are military plans in Alexander's own hand, detailing his intended conquest of Arabia and his planned campaign against Rome. These documents reveal that Alexander's ambitions extended far beyond what historians previously imagined. The plans show a meticulous strategy for naval warfare in the Arabian Peninsula, complete with detailed drawings of ship designs that wouldn't be seen again until the Renaissance. There are maps marking potential routes to India by sea, predating European maritime exploration by nearly 2 millennia. Most intriguingly, there are diplomatic letters between Alexander and rulers as far away as China, suggesting that his vision of a world empire was more literal than anyone previously understood. These communications reveal trade negotiations, military alliances, and cultural exchanges that would have created the world's first truly global civilization. The implications of these discoveries extend far beyond archaeology. They suggest that Alexander's empire was not merely a collection of conquered territories, but a carefully planned attempt to create a unified world culture. His marriages to Persian nobility, his adoption of Eastern customs, his establishment of cities throughout his empire, all of these appear to have been part of a grand design for global unity. Among the scrolls are philosophical treatises that show Alexander's continued correspondence with his tutor Aristotle, even during his most distant campaigns. These letters reveal a depth of intellectual engagement that contradicts the popular image of Alexander as merely a brilliant military tactician. He emerges instead as a visionary attempting to synthesize the wisdom of East and West. One particularly fascinating document appears to be Alexander's plans for his own burial. He specifically requested that his tomb be placed in Egypt, not Macedonia, because he saw Egypt as the crossroads between Europe, Asia, and Africa, the symbolic center of his unified world. The elaborate tomb was to serve not just as his final resting place, but as a shrine to the possibility of global harmony. The preservation of organic materials within the tomb is extraordinary. Silk banners still bear their original colors. Wooden weapons retain their polish. Even flowers placed in the tomb over 2,000 years ago have maintained their shape, though they crumble at the slightest touch. The team discovers a library within the tomb complex, containing over 300 scrolls covering subjects from military strategy to poetry, from mathematics to medicine. Many of these works are previously unknown, representing a significant expansion of our knowledge of ancient learning. Several scrolls appear to be works by Aristotle that were thought to be lost forever. Among the most precious finds are personal items that humanize the legendary conqueror. A childhood toy soldier brought with him from Macedonia. A lock of hair from his beloved horse Bucephalus. A ring given to him by his mother, Queen Olympias, inscribed with protective spells invoking the goddess Artemis. Perhaps most poignant are the personal letters from friends and family that Alexander carried with him throughout his campaigns. Letters from his mother expressing worry about his safety. Notes from his childhood friend Hephaestion, whose death devastated Alexander in his final years. These intimate documents reveal the emotional cost of empire building on a young man who spent his entire adult life thousands of miles from home. The tomb also contains evidence of Alexander's scientific interests. There are detailed astronomical charts showing his understanding of geography and navigation. Botanical specimens from his campaigns demonstrate his systematic collection of knowledge about the natural world. Medical texts reveal advanced understanding of anatomy and surgery, knowledge gained from treating battlefield wounds across 3 continents. The discovery challenges many assumptions about ancient capabilities. The precision of the tomb's construction rivals modern engineering. The sophistication of the preservation techniques surpasses anything previously known from the ancient world. The integration of architectural styles from multiple cultures shows a level of cosmopolitan thinking that seems remarkably modern. As Dr. Mitchell's team carefully catalogs each artifact, they realize they're not just uncovering the tomb of a king, but documenting the dreams of a young man who imagined a world without borders. Alexander's vision of cultural synthesis, of East meeting West, of knowledge shared across continents, emerges from these documents as surprisingly contemporary. The tomb itself becomes a symbol of Alexander's achievement. Here, Greek columns support Egyptian palm capitals. Persian metalwork incorporates Indian gems. Babylonian astronomical calculations guide the tomb's orientation. It is, in miniature, the unified world that Alexander dreamed of creating. The final chamber of the tomb complex contains what may be Alexander's greatest treasure, a detailed map of the known world as he understood it, with notes in his own hand about lands yet to be explored. The map extends far beyond the boundaries of his actual conquests, showing his awareness of Africa's true size, his speculation about the Americas, his understanding that the world was far larger than his contemporaries imagined. This map, along with the other discoveries, suggests that Alexander's conquests were not random acts of military ambition, but systematic steps toward a carefully planned global empire. His death at 32 cut short not just a military career, but a philosophical project aimed at uniting humanity under a single, enlightened rule. The discovery of Alexander's tomb is more than an archaeological triumph. It's a window into one of history's most ambitious minds, a revelation of dreams that were 2 millennia ahead of their time. In these dusty scrolls and gleaming artifacts, we see not just the Alexander of legend, but the very human young man who dared to imagine a unified world and nearly achieved it. As the excavation continues, each new discovery adds another layer to our understanding of this remarkable figure. The tomb stands as his final message to posterity, a reminder that even the most grandiose dreams, if pursued with sufficient courage and intelligence, might just be achievable after all.